it is me, Ryan from Studios, and I'm back with another video. Today's video is going to be my top 10 most wanted maps in EA's Battlefront 2. These include maps from the Star Wars canon, 2015's Battlefront, or the campaign mode for Battlefront 2. At number 10, I have Dakwar, and Dakwar is a planet featured in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. It is where the Resistance base is located. It would be a very simple map to make, and I think it would be a great addition to the game. There would be 3 stages, the first one being the First Order has to get past the Resistance, the second being they have to download the data from the bunkers, and third, transporting it to a First Order shuttle. This map would also be very good for Blast as well. Because the way it should be designed is it is packed and crowded. At number 9, I have Corellia. I think Corellia is a great planet from Solo, a Star Wars story, and I hope EA considers making it in the future. There would be 3 stages. The first one being the rebels would need to break into the security in the bunker of like a Imperial facility. The second being they would need to override the systems in the facility, and then the third they would need to return it to a rebel ship. At number 8, I have Vandor 1. Now, this is a planet from Solo, and it is the snowy one where the train heist takes place. Now, I think that it would be a very easy map to pull off because there are already 2 other snowy maps in the game. Yeah, that's right. Remember, Crate isn't a snowy map, it's frickin' salt. The first what you'd need to do is that the rebels would have to override the train bay and the computer system. Then the rebels would have to protect the train until the stage is over. Once the stage is over, the rebels would need to take control of the main bunker. At number 7, I have Christophsis. This is a planet from the Clone Wars movie, and it is the blue one where most of the action takes place. The way it would play out is that the clones would have to first get past all the droids and make it to and take out 2 of the homing spider droids. Then they would have to override the main systems of one of the separatist buildings that the droids are in. Finally, then the clones would have to destroy the remaining battle droids, and I also think this would be an amazing map for capital supremacy. At number 6, I have Mustafar, and I think that for many hardcore Star Wars fans, Mustafar would be so great to have in the game. I do think that it should only be a part of a smaller game mode such as Blast, Heroes vs. Villains, and Hero Showdown. I also think they should add a 1v1 game mode specifically made for this map where you could have 2 heroes battle, so you could have like Bossk versus Darth Vader, Rey versus Yoda, and especially Anakin versus Obi-Wan. At number 5, I have Vardos. Vardos is the homeworld of Iden Versio, and it is used in the campaign. I think that when it should take place is the First Order would have to have the ATM-6 drive the resistance into the main building. Once the First Order gets past the resistance line of defenses that were quickly set up in the building, they would have to stop the resistance from leaving and then finish them off, which basically means they have like 100 troopers left, lives left, and then they would have to finish them off. Number 4, I have Utapau. Utapau is a strange planet that was featured in Revenge of the Sith. It was like a flat planet. It was like a flat desert kind of planet, and then there's like kind of really deep holes in the many of them in the planet itself, and then there's like water at the bottom. There's like almost like a small like city that's like built into the sides of the hole, which is pretty interesting. But I think the clones would have to get into where the separatists are set up by destroying the turbo lasers, like the anti-aircraft, so that their capital ships can kind of fly down, and they would have to override the main computer system and like steal the droid data, and then they would have to defeat the separatists before they could take the information and escape. This would be also a very, very great map for capital supremacy. Number 3, I have Mandalore, and this is from the Clone Wars TV show. And I think for this, the clones would have to go against the Death Watch. Now, they would be a new faction themselves, the Death Watch, or the Mandalorians. The Death Watch would have to destroy the clones' defensive system, and then they would have to override the main computer system to get into the throne room. Finally, the clones would have to take the throne room. I think this would be a great map, and I think They should also include a new Darth Maul skin with his his mechanical legs, and I think this would be a very great map with the great visuals of the city, like feeling also the transparent blue glass that would look really cool in 4K. At number 2, I have Scarif. Scarif was featured in Rogue One and it's my favorite map from Star Wars Battlefront from the 2015 one. I really hope it returns. It would go like this. The rebels would have to take down the AT-ACT. Then the rebels would need to put thermal detonators on the cargo shuttles. Afterwards, the rebels would need to invade the Citadel Tower and steal the Death Star plans. I think this would be very easy to port over from the first Battlefront and to modify it a bit. They could also add Starfighter Assault map to it as well, which was also featured in the 2015 game. Now finally, at number 1, I have Coruscant. This is a map that would be so awesome to have in Battlefront 2. There would be 4 stages. The first one being the Separatists would have to destroy the turbo lasers to get past the clones' line of defense into the Jedi Temple. The second stage would be the Separatists overriding the holocrons and stealing them. And the third stage, the battle droids would need to download the information from the library, and they would have to escape in the fourth stage. This would be the best map in the game. This would also be for Capital Supremacy, Galactic Assault, Blast, HVV, you name it. I also think they should have a Starfighter Assault map like in the beginning of Revenge of the Sith. I think that would be just beautiful to have in the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know personally I had a fun time making it. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with this list, or if you have a planet to add. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.